Forget growth. We can't maintain stasis as of 2007 in consumption. So we know 2007, 2008. Richard Duncan of Oregon, one of the godfathers of peak oil research. This is a paper that he has just finished writing, the Olduvai Cliff event circa 2007. Now he's a PhD. The paper is currently undergoing peer review. For those of you who are academics here, you know what that means. That means here's my scientific work, everybody else pick it apart. So far it's holding up, and I will be able to publish it From the Wilderness pretty soon. But if you probably cheated. The Olduvai theory and the Olduvai Gorge is the first known evidence of human civilization. That's where he says we're going back to. The Olduvai theory states that the life expectancy of industrial civilization, defined in terms of world energy use, is less than or equal to 100 years. We know that peak oil, E, per capita hydrocarbon production, I told you this already, occurred in 79, and that E, peak oil energy production per capita, declined from 79 to 99. That's the slope. Future, Olduvai theory predicts that the E will decline even faster from 2000 to the so-named cliff event, the slide. A previous study put the cliff event at 2012. However, it now appears that that was too optimistic. The following study indicates the cliff event will occur about 5 years earlier than 2012, which is what? 2007, due to an epidemic of rolling blackouts that have already begun in the U.S. And they have already begun in the U.S., haven't they? And around the world. Remember all the ones in Europe? The electrical epidemic spreads nationwide, then worldwide, and by circa 2007, most of the blackouts are permanent. The modern way of life is history by 2025. Postulate 2 of the Olduvai theory states energy production per capita will decline exponentially from the cliff event 2008 to 2030. If that is true, then the population in the world's industrial nations, we argue, will go from about 3.3 billion in 2008 to about 0.9 billion in 2030, a net die-off of about 300,000 people per day in the 22 years from 2008 to 2030. That's in the industrialized world. Why? It'll hit us harder because we're all dependent on oil. And that's what scares me to death. This is the world population. From the time of Christ, Anno Domini, this little plague, the dip here is the bubonic plague. This is the beginning of the steam, coal, and that's oil. All of that population exists only because of oil and hydrocarbon energy. There are no replacements that will replace at the same level of consumption that we currently consume.
Still nuclear power!
Yeah. Unfortunately, not even that is feasible, even if everybody agreed to do it. There's a net energy loss, and we got a problem. So 9/11 is gone, but learn from it. That's why you need Crossing the Rubicon. That's why you need that economic map that goes back before 9/11 and afterwards that gives you the map of this landscape. That's what's coming. Now, what we're going to do in the future, this is my newsletter From the Wilderness. Stories now are breaking so fast that I cannot keep track of them. The world is changing so fast, and my obligation to all of my subscribers, to you and to everybody else, is to give you the information that may save your life, that's not being given to you, that can help you make decisions. So soon, I'm going to be expanding FTW. As soon as I get set up as a corporation to do that properly, and as soon as I can fund it, and I will, to monitor some 250 publications around the world on a 24/7 basis to bring you these little breaking stories like the ones I showed you tonight, and we will bring them to you on a daily basis so that you can have a wire that you can go to, that you can trust, that will tell you what's going on in the world. That's my commitment to you. Because you need that information. You need this information now because it's not about saving the world. It's about saving you. Because if you're equipped to save yourself, you can save somebody else close to you. Richard Heinberg and I, my very dear friend Richard Heinberg, who wrote The Party's Over and a couple of Power Down, thank you. We both see a devolution from several books, the collapse of complex societies. And you got to understand that when these energy problems hit, they have ripple effects that become catastrophically dispersed throughout society, and they accelerate the decline. But Richard and I both see a devolution, and it's an axiom from anthropological research that when an empire breaks up, power decentralizes. To rephrase that, survival will become a local issue. And nobody, no grandfather, no Santa Claus, no George Bush, no Hillary Clinton, nobody is going to come bail you out of this problem. You got to be prepared to do it like my grandparents did, my grandparents did during the Great Depression. Neighbor took care of neighbor. You dealt with local food growing because globalization is dead. The 10,000-mile Caesar salad is gone. We ain't going to have any more strawberries from Chile, okay? Because the transportation fuel will not be available to bring it. Food production will revert to local. So look into permaculture, look into local, support, stop spending your money at Walmart or any other corporation that takes profits. Because I have proved this, and I have rankled more liberal, lefty, progressive people who said, Mike, you've got to give everything away for free. Do you think I could have written Crossing the Rubicon if I couldn't have paid the rent? Do you think I could publish my newsletter if I didn't pay every one of my writers a decent living wage? Progressives got to support progressives by giving your money to progressives. You charge for it because, damn it, the work that we do is valuable to each other. And we give each other energy that way. In 2001, when I spoke at Portland State University on my video, Truth and Lies of 9/11, and it's also on the DVD, I made a vow. And the vow was, you keep subscribing to my newsletter, you keep buying my products, and I will keep bringing you better information. And I've kept that vow, and I'm still living in the damn same single apartment I was living in then. But those of us who believe can perform better, those of us who are educators, who are activists, we can function better if our rent is paid, if we don't have to worry about where the next bill is coming from. So get over it. Start giving your money to other progressives and other activists. Stop giving it to Walmart. Stop giving it to Time Warner. Stop giving it to anybody else, and spend it because your life may depend upon the life you just saved by giving somebody else the money. That's important. Now, I'll shut up with this and just say that I know I've gone long, so what? Very few of you got up and left. I'll stay and answer questions. I know we got to be out of here by 11. I'm still going to sign books. I just want you to know that I'm scared. I'm scared because I don't have a clear picture of what's going on. All I know is that the maniacs, the lunatics, are not only running the asylum. I'm convinced they want to kill billions of people, but I'm also convinced, kind of like Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park, where he talks about the law of unintended consequences, that these guys, Catherine Austin Fitz's line is great, those who win in a rigged game get stupid. These guys are really stupid. And we are in a lot of danger, and I cannot leave you with any other words that are most important for me to communicate to you except for prepare, prepare, prepare. Thank you, Seattle.